Oh my goodness, this is a lot of uphill.
So we're facing kind of a bridge situation. We've got a rushing river. We're cold, we're tired, we're hungry. I've been carrying this guy for the past couple kilometers. Okay guys, let's be really honest here. It's been a very, very long time since we've done anything this challenging. So sure, we had that huge multi-day hike through Albania, but that was over a year ago. We're not really in peak condition for what we're facing here in Ecuador. I mean, I honestly can't imagine walking any slower than I currently am. We're actually on the final day of the Quilotoa Loop. It's a famous multi-day trek through the Andes. So we're talking simple little villages, beautiful canyons, and then a final big push to a spectacular crater lake.
Yeah, but we're also talking major elevation changes. I mean, we're headed up to almost 13,000 feet. That's like 4,000 meters. Whew. And then, of course, there's the weather.
Yeah, here comes the rain. Huxley's getting a lift, Jasper's walking, we're partially covered. Final leg of the journey. But apparently this is what we wanted. And so as you guys know, we've been traveling the world full time for 3 years. And this year we decided to dial it up a notch. So as much as we've enjoyed our travels, we haven't done all of the big epic hikes that we originally wanted to do. We've just had so many excuses. So first, because we were worried about taking on too much with our little dogs. And then there was COVID and the borders constantly opening and closing.
We decided no more excuses. This is the year. We're finally going to do some of the epic hikes on our list, starting with the Quilotoa Loop.
But first, giving a big hello from Ecuador to all you fellow nomads and fellow travelers out there.
In case you haven't met us before, I'm Gillian and this is Stephanie. We travel the world full time and share it with all of you as we go. We felt pretty nervous setting out on our first day. We're really out of practice when it comes to serious distance hiking. I mean, sure, I've been doing CrossFit and Stephanie's been doing some running. That should all help, but it's been a bit of a slog between the altitude and the weather and carrying our 2 little guys when they get tired. They're good for about the first 10 kilometers, but after that, they start giving us the look and it's into the carrier they go.
So we're on day 1 of the hike. It's the first hour of the first day and the conditions just couldn't be more perfect. We have blue skies, we have fluffy white clouds. It's absolutely lovely, great temperature. We're so happy to be out here.
Of course, it's never just the physical part of the challenge we worry about, it's also things like accommodations. We're out here trekking across the highlands. It's pretty isolated. Where are we gonna stay? Is it gonna be too rustic? Are we gonna be warm enough at night? Will Stephanie be able to cope with the washroom situation? Well, we've just finished our first day of hiking on the Quilotoa Loop and arrived here at our lodge. It's called R.LUM.R, so let's go check it out. Okay, so far I am very impressed. They have these cozy common areas to hang out in. There's a really bright eating area. They even have happy hour, which I'm very much looking forward to. So that's all great, but what I'm really interested to see is our room. We heard there was a spa here, and I think it might be this. Let's just go take a peek. Wow. Nice. It's like a whole big jacuzzi. I see a steam room and a sauna. We're definitely going to have to check that out later. Well, this is us just over here. Come on, Jessie. Wow, this is much nicer than I imagined. It looks very clean and spacious. I love the llama themed blankets, but of course, the very best part has to be this view. Now, the bathroom is very environmental. I'm pretty sure we're not going to be using the urinal, but anyway, it's our first time using a composting toilet where you just sprinkle in some wood chips after you go, and it feels pretty good to be doing the right thing for the environment.
Okay, it's the end of our day 2 hike. We're cold, we're tired, we're hungry. I've been carrying this guy for the past couple kilometers, but we're almost at our lodgings. And I really hope they're nice because I need a warm welcome right now. Okay, we made it. We're here at Mama Hilda Hostel, and I'm hoping that our luggage arrived as well.
Buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes.
Siga, tenga la bondad. Buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes.
¿Cómo les va?
Muy bien.
Maravilla.
Poquito cansado.
Poquito nomás.
Sí.
Wow, this is wonderful. I'm so happy we're here. Not just because that was a really long hike, but this is a really beautiful room. So this is gonna be perfect for tonight.
The other thing we were worried about is being prepared for the weather. It's so changeable here in the Andes. It goes from hot to cold to rainy to hot again in just a couple of hours.
Okay, so I seriously don't know whether we brought way too much stuff with us or if we're legitimately gonna need all of this gear because the weather is just so crazy here. So we have got raincoats for each of us, of course. We have down coats for each of us. We also each have a very warm and cozy layer, but that's not all. Obviously we need to have stuff for the dogs too. So we have warm little coats for the dogs that they're quite used to wearing. And then we have these. These are their raincoats, and they've actually never worn them before. So maybe we'll be testing them out on this trip. And then finally, for those chilly nights in the Ecuadorian highlands, we have these little PJs that they can wear, you know, just for the evening chill. Who looks so adorable. You guys are gonna do such a good job hiking. It's the start of day 2. It's been raining all morning, possibly all through the night, but it's sort of cleared up right now, so hopefully there's not too much mud on the trail. Well, we're over an hour into the hike. No rain yet, but oh my, there is so much mud here. I'm gonna show you my boots. Well, if I was wanting mud, don't worry, we've got a lot of mud here today. We were on a path, but I think it's actually now mostly like a stream and an ongoing mud puddle. But we're trying to make our way across. We've given up on keeping the dogs clean. Just see how it goes. Hopefully it ends soon.
And as usual, I've somehow managed to keep my shoes pretty clean, but I can't say the same for Stephanie.
I refuse to feel embarrassed. I got a little muddy. Be really careful. Please hold the wire the whole time. So we're facing kind of a bridge situation. We've got a rushing river. We've got a giant tree across that river and then a tiny little handhold to get across. So it's kind of like triggering all my phobias at once, like getting swept away in a river, fear of heights, falling into the river, but I'll see how I do. I mean, there's no choice. Got to go across. That was so terrifying. Oh my God. I was very nervous. It's really slippery. I did it. I never want to do it again.
Well, our final destination is the crater. All the way up there, it's something like 2,000 feet straight up from here. No choice but just to press on. Whew. Wow, this is one heck of a climb. Well, we've been going up for a few hours and I'm getting a little bit tired, but the views are absolutely amazing. Well, from here we can see all the way up to the rim of the crater, which is our high point for the hike. It's still a pretty long way, but I think we're gonna make it.
Well, this is when hiking stops being fun. We are so close right now, but we still feel pretty far away, and I think we've got the steepest part yet to do. I'm utterly exhausted. I honestly don't know how I'm going to make it the final leg. Okay, perfect spot for a little rest before our big final last push.
Well, I'm really feeling the altitude now, but we've got just one more switchback to go, and then we'll be at the top.
Yay! Yay. I can do it. I can do it. Okay, finally. We finally made it out here and I'm just about to see the crater. It's supposed to be really spectacular. Okay, so I'm just making my way to the edge here and oh my goodness, this is so beautiful. Oh, it's an absolutely enormous crater lake. I mean, it's just so huge and spectacular. Oh my goodness, totally worth the hike. Even the worst, toughest, hardest moments, totally worth it.
So after reaching the crater yesterday, it felt like we were done.
But we actually still had a couple more hours of hiking to go. And I'm telling you, those were a long couple hours.
But we finally made it, no worse for wear.
I'm feeling a little worse for wear today, but I'm really glad that we pushed through.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that the harder the climb and the more you have to push yourself, the more rewarding it is in the end.
Yeah, and I think it really helps to have a nice soft landing like this one. So we're at a charming little inn, and my big plan for today is just to cozy up by the wood stove and not go anywhere.
That sounds perfect to me.
Now, if you're ready for a little more adventure, you can check out our very first video from Ecuador.
So I made Stephanie face down one of her biggest fears, and I think she may have finally forgiven me.
Not really. Anyway, you can check the whole thing out by clicking on the link right here.